Hello, today's May 12th, 2013, and I decided that it was time for me to send this message to General Petraeus. Um, this is coming from a couple of different angles, but I'll address you directly, sir, because I think you need to hear this, and if I am being presumptuous or if I am incorrect, I apologize. It's only because I look at the types and shadows that are written in the Holy Scriptures. And I'm not saying that you are the person to fit this, but I think under the circumstances you certainly have the credentials and the background to possibly take this to heart. And that's why I'm addressing this to you. I've done this a couple of other times where I've said something to you on YouTube or talked about your circumstances. And to remind you, you were the ACOS ops in a place overseas when we were deployed, and I was the S3 at the subordinate command. You'll probably remember that. And for everybody here, I like to have a little bit of, levity time. You may remember this. This will help you recall me to memory, I'm sure. I was in your office talking to a member of your staff, and this other lieutenant colonel and I have been talking about a lot of different things. It was kind of a downtime where we were just, visiting. And you popped in on us kind of unexpectedly. I wasn't really prepared for you to come into the room at that point in time. And you said to the both of us, "Well, what are you guys doing?" And I didn't choose my words very well. This is kind of a funny thing because what I said was, "Oh, we're cavorting," and really what I meant is, "Oh, we're collaborating." But you probably remember that you were kind to me. You did not call me down for using the wrong word, but you did give me the look out of the corner of your eye and a slight grin, realizing that I had chosen the wrong word, and I didn't even know about it until after you had actually departed from us. So obviously, I'm I'm a dedicated heterosexual, and so is the other individual. So that was just a bad selection of a word, but you may remember that. And so that's to bring me to your mind. I'm sure you don't have a problem recalling me anyway, because we were in the same area there, and we exchanged information several times. But that's the one that I want to bring up rather than our professional time together. I think that one is kind of funny. It shows that you're a gentleman, and that you realize that a junior officer was probably a little surprised at your appearance there unexpectedly. All right, so now the real thing here. I'm hoping that you will see this. I don't know if you will. I'm actually taking a chance doing this. I don't mean to embarrass you. I don't mean to prolong any agony or any discomfort that you have had or your family. But I just wanted to bring this up. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think now is the proper time and place. There are not scriptures. They're not considered scriptures, although there are some that lend credence to what I'm going to tell you. But there would be a man in the last days who would be like his father David. He would even have his own name, the same name, David, the king of Israel. He would have the same name, David. And he would have been like Moses. He would have been a prince of, a man of some respect, a man of some accomplishment in the empire of the last days, who would make some mistakes. Okay? like David of old. And I'm talking in types and shadows here. Yes, I've studied Hebrew, I've studied Kabbalah, I've studied the Talmud. And I believe this ever since I first found out about you. You were in the inner circle, sir. You wouldn't be where you are if you hadn't done that. And you've made, obviously I'm a little nervous here, more so than anything else I've ever done on YouTube. Because I don't mean to reveal things that could get either you or I into a great deal of difficulty with the powers that be, but I didn't know any other way to do this. So back to the types and shadows. The Davidic servant of the last days would actually have the name David. And I know of no other man at the present time who fulfills those requirements. Okay? David, Petraeus, you know what that means. I won't go too far with the public here. If it doesn't fit, then I apologize, and I don't mean to put you in any unfavorable light at all. It's actually out of respect. You have been a prince of the greatest, and a commander, a military commander of the greatest power on earth. You have the right name. You've even done some of the same things. You had your Bathsheba moment. Do you see? You have I think, and I'm not doing this because, I've received any direction from the divine to say this to you. It's just, I think that it's the proper time. You had your Bathsheba moment, just like David of old. An impropriety, you've repented in front of the whole world, I guess. As I've said in a couple of other videos, men are men, and we make mistakes. Our love goes deep. And your family may not understand. I hope they do. But I do. I do understand. So maybe I can use this as just a call to you. And I know it's going out there to the whole world. But I think it's supposed to be that way. Not out of disrespect, but out of an appreciation for how you have gotten where you are and why, and who else could it be in our present day. Okay? I don't know if you know what I'm saying, but I would hope that maybe we have a chance to close the distance between us and have a heart-to-heart talk at some time in the very near future. So all I can say is just search your heart, search your soul, and maybe we can have some words, as I said, and maybe a new world, a truly good place is about ready to emerge. So I'll leave that with you, sir. And thank you. I do sincerely hope that you see this. I rather suspect there's no way you won't see it. This is pretty direct, pretty out there. But like I said, I think it is time. And if I'm wrong, well, at least I'm showing that I'm looking around, looking for the right people. Okay? All right. Thank you very much. And for all of you who are watching this, I know you're probably going, what in the world is he talking about? I'm not even sure the good general will know. But it's kind of a result of many years of research and study. And, if we are in the last days, we have a playbook, that both sides are following. As I've said before, like in my my video, the NWO and Genesis 47. Both sides use this playbook called the Bible, I guess you could say, and its appendages and its other relationships. So that's what I'm referring to, and it might seem way out there, but I just felt like today was the day. I've had a lot of time to think about this last couple of days, and mankind needs some hope. Mankind needs to see in plain view the choice between good and evil, between liberty and slavery, between those who worship Molech at the Bohemian Grove and those who worship the God of the universe and his family.